Wow, we come to all the same places.
Yep. Uh,
No, they're really nice people, Rick. Like
yeah.
these people. Um, there's an overwhelming sense of goodwill. Um, and I've I'm more concerned about my own longevity. Uh,
What's the
okay, so for
longevity?
fun
Sorry.
longevity, so I can continue.
Uh-huh.
Um, I do that. I do that with my fundraising platform. Um, I don't think about what we're doing this month. I think about will this affect us positively or negatively for next month or the month after. And if it affects us negatively, the project better be damn important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't want to go into details about that, but that's sometimes you have to make decisions. Um, but I don't engage so much in the comment section anymore. Um, but I do read them all. I
Mm-hmm.
do read them all, and I'm ever so grateful to everyone. But I've had to take a little step back from the internet,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just to do my work and to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still here, but I'm less and less.
Isn't it becoming pretty overwhelming at some point, right?
Yeah, yeah, it does. It becomes very difficult. Like, um, I did enjoy it the first 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the results are very important. Like, like when I met you, and I mean, I had an idea what you did, but I don't want to assume. But I think what you do is very important. Because many foreigners wouldn't have access to a monobank. They wouldn't know about a jar.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't like the first words I learned here were shinomontage and zbierania. Um, so what is beer? What is shinomontage? Yeah, they're kind of important to our life here, and
Mm-hmm.
foreign people wouldn't have access to that. If you were on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and if you started following Ukraine accounts, you would understand how Ukrainians collect to solve their very real problems.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you how you basically can come in with dollars, not grivna, to close a lot of those jars.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that otherwise that might take them a month or two.
Yeah, I I hear this from Ukrainians how hard it is for them to raise some, let's say, 50,000 hryvnias, and this community can close that one in just like 30 minutes or something. Sometimes it's overwhelming support, and of course you need to build the trust with your community. For that transparency is very important for me.
Hmm.
And Monobank is providing an amazing tool. This progress bar, I throw money in right on the stream into the jar, and people see it's updating. Then when I'm making a video report, when soldiers send me a thank you video, I add a part from me where I show them the receipts. This was bought, it was put into this jar, here's the filled jar, and stuff like that. So yeah, this is why we get pretty big goals closed in a week. And yeah, this stream, the goal is $3,000. And yeah, and we already raised, let me tell you, minus 30, minus 320. That's those that I still didn't mention, guys. So 52 minus 20 minus 50. We already raised over 1,000 in 56 minutes. $1,027. So we still need to raise $1,973.05 tonight. And we usually reach that goal no matter what, because I don't go to sleep until we finish. That's how I do it.
Wow.
Basically
Wow.
blackmailing my community with me not going to sleep, so they could donate. But they understand that it's important, It's important to keep those fundraisers being closed in time for me to get to the next one, because I have a line of like 9 of them, and I say it's approximately 4 months for you guys to wait when I can take your request, when all the requests in front of you will be finished. Well, like the goal will be met, and yeah, this is why we have this plan. But of course, it's a lot of stress. It's also a lot of stress for my community members. Sometimes they want to donate, but their pockets are already empty, and they sometimes either some people told me that they feel bad and they cannot stay on the stream because I'm constantly asking, guys, come on, we still need to raise this and this and that, and they cannot give, and they are leaving. Yeah, Brendan.
I have another philosophy for myself, and sometimes I almost lose faith. I've never lost faith. Um, you know, you might have turned your back on God, but God was always there. Like I'm thinking of my grandmother. Um, so I have I put a lot of pressure on myself to achieve the tasks that we have on hand. So, like today, and I made a mistake too, but let's see how it shows up on the camera. So that's a $20,000 order for Mavic components, but the GPS and the INU board, it turned out, it appeared today, well, I'm actually paying more money than they're paying for them, which is I get my components pretty cheap. And okay, so we were able to turn that around, but that took a long. $20,000 doesn't grow on trees. It's
Yeah.
it happened, but then the order wasn't quite correct. But I fixed it. But I have a lot of pressure on me, and it's other people's money. And I haven't had I've only had a couple problems early on. It was for small, but nothing feels better than transferring that,
Hmm.
because I know it will come. I have good suppliers, but to get that out of my hands, and then again, it takes a few weeks. But to now, it's like you promise people something. Number one, to Ukrainians who are used to not getting. Let's be honest, they're used to not getting. Um, and the first time they get something really good, they don't quite believe it. And then the second time they believe it. And the third time, um, yeah, they believe in it. But I also promise to people that I'll deliver. And the philosophy is, the more I do, the more I will get. Like the quicker the quicker I can conclude satisfactorily, the quicker we can move on to the next one.
Hmm.
Uh, and there's a lot of pressure, at the 25% point, the 30%, the halfway, around 75%, I start feeling a little bit like, but then I take some more chaos in my life. Um,
What do you mean by that?
oh, I'll find something else. Like today, 2 days ago, somebody asked for a Starlink, and I was able to send that for Privat, because the price of Starlink in Ukraine is really quite reasonable compared to everywhere else in the world. Like it's just better to buy them here now.
Hmm.
Like maybe you could get it 50 euros cheaper in Poland, but you have to get it from Poland. So like that that's easy to do. Um, but when it's a big goal, like when you're working towards a car for somebody, or something like this,
Hmm.
and a million things can go wrong with a car,
Yeah.
getting it to Ukraine and delays, there's a lot of pressure on you because you put your name behind it, so
Yep.
there's
I
there's
have a few cases where it's just like sometimes soldiers. You see, I decided to do it this way a long time ago. In the beginning, I decided that I'm gonna be just raising money, not buying stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I am asking soldiers to open the jars, and I'm sending money to their jars, and
Yes.
they are getting the car. And some of them cannot find the car for long. Some of them can of course to be deceived, right? But the thing is, I don't think we had even one situation for now that any of them was deceived. Deceived. I think
Mm-hmm.
we were lucky to not get into any con man. There was one situation with the drones, like almost 2 years ago. It there was one supplier who is basically a con man. I assume he is. What he
Mm-hmm.
does, he, as you said, he provides a Mavic drone one time, then the second time, and on the third time he doesn't provide, and just telling you tomorrow, tomorrow, 1 month, 2 months.
After.
All that shit, and we had to start threatening him that we're gonna beat the shit out of him, and only then he finally gave us money back. No drone, of course, but we got the money back, so that situation was
This is a
successful.
big problem. This is a big problem because, for example, it looks good. I mean, it looks like a 8-inch quadcopter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pretty much what it should be. And it's very easy. I'm not saying that anybody does it. Some people have done it. But it's very easy to put 50 of these in front of the camera or 100 of these, and it looks very, very good, or to do them in a stack.
Mm-hmm.
But what's inside of it? What is the
Yeah.
VTX? What is the camera? What is the telemetry? Then they need a retranslator, repeat of the whole system. It looks good on the outside. So if somebody says to me, they're in Kherson and they spent 20,000 euros on a Baba Yaga, and then somebody says, see, they did. This is what's inside of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Or who's to say it's not theirs? But that's besides the point. It's very someone like yourself or myself. We really have to pick very carefully, especially with the electronics warfare, who we associate with, and
Mm-hmm.
then when you put your faith in them, you pretty much have to put all your faith in them.
Yep. And
Uh,
trust too.
yes, yes, and we had a big problem with that. A lot of the volunteer drones, a lot from the organizations, Ukraine and in Europe, um, the number one component they would have to change was the VTX, the video transmitter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another $80 to $100, and this problem persisted for over 18 months, and it's less
Fuck.
often, but it still goes on. So every drone has to be plugged in. Um, to E-flite. Well, they have to do a diagnostic on everyone before it goes anyway. But you have to get to. I get the sense, like I've seen some of those people you supported too. You have to develop a relationship with them. It's not just simply click. Oh, we're going to support this one today.
Mm-hmm.
It's so you have to put a lot of love and care into your work, and those relationships continue with those people.
Yep. Yep. And there are already, I think, 5 units that we continuously help in. We develop that relationship. They always ask for help again, and this community always provides. Thank you, guys. So, Brendan, we're talking about fundraising, but I still did not mention that you guys need to donate to Brendan also today. If you,
No, give it all to Rick. Give it all to Rick. Give it all to Rick. Um, I've completed the Land Cruiser. Um, that'll be the ownership. I bought a Land Cruiser, like the long ones, like I bought a UN Land Cruiser. It was very expensive.
uh huh,
I fundraised. I said 30,000 euros. Whether I got 28 or 31, because I'm raising for other things. Um, and now we have to convert it in Poltava, and I have the money set aside for that. I have more than enough money set aside for screw ups, for
Mhm.
tires. Because yes, everything screws up. Even 20 truck convoys. You don't think there's nightmares on those, and there's gonna be. Um, so I have more than enough for that goal. My drone components are paid for, and all excess money, I'm just going to wait till the truck gets here, and so we know everything we deal with. Um, if you want to do something in a couple of weeks, if you completed goals, um, I'm gonna start my own mono bank, first time ever, like to attach to
Mm.
the jar for Hospitallers
Mhm.
battalion, because a Shaheed blew up our base in Pavlograd. And that jar was the biggest I've ever seen, set at 20 million grivna.
Oh,
It's
wow.
at around 11 million now. Um, but I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna see when the Land Cruiser's here, because we're converting it. It's another 5,000 euros. I have the money, um, but I'm just gonna see where everything's at, and then I'm gonna decide whether to start a jar for 250,000 or 500,000 grivna.
Mhm.
Um, and and
Well,
I know I can close that in a month easily. I don't want to sound cocky, um, but it's
but you can.
that,
That's
yeah.
that's the reality.
So I'm just here. Rick's a great guy. I met Rick. I didn't want to, guys. I didn't want to meet him because I don't want to know anybody anymore, and that's not a personal thing. I just don't want to know anybody. And I was like, wow, Jesus, he really is a nice guy.
After you met me, right? Or
No,
me.
it's just I don't I. Um, Someone comes up to me at a funeral yesterday, and he just won't stop talking to me and telling me who he is and what he does, and it's like I don't care, and I don't want to sound rude. It's not a superiority thing. It's like, yeah, go do that. I'm just here at a funeral, and fuck off. Um, but it's because I'm on the internet. I'm not better or worse than anybody, but I do my work that's not on the internet. We don't have to talk about that, but yeah, I'm on the internet. Hi, how are you? Yeah, nice to meet you. But no, I don't want to listen to you for 30 minutes about this, and then I don't want to go have dinner with you. But I I got half a man crush on you, Rick.
Man crush?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rick, ladies and gentlemen, Rick is a, and he smells good too. Do you know what I mean? Like, what sort of body wash are you using?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Let me think.
I'm just saying
Wait.
he smells good. There's a lot of sexy babushkas, that or babusi, that that support. They would like to know that sort of thing.
Well, Brendan, thank you. I'll take this man crush as a compliment. Thank you. And anyway, guys.
Give your money to Rick, ladies.
Well, man, we.
The rollers, the
I mean,
rollers.
it feels not right if we only raise money for my fundraisers. But you explained it well, pretty well. Anyway, guys, if you decide to donate to Brendan, it's gonna go for the future Hospitaliere campaign, I guess, right, Brendan?
That well that But that, like I said, that jar, there's still 9 million grivnas on that. That's not going to close anytime soon. So whether I start that next week or the week after,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you for
yeah,
the kind
give your
words.
money to Rick, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.